My name's Beth, and today I'm going to be doing my May wrap-up for the month. I ended up reading a total of 9 books this month, which is really good because I read nothing in March and nothing in April, basically. So I was like a bunch of books behind, and I am catching up, kind of. I think I'm still about 7 books behind where I should be, but I was about 14 or 15 books behind where I should have been the end of last month. So, yeah, let's get into this. This is probably going to be a longer video, but I will try to shorten it as much as possible. So the first 3 books I read for RibSat, and I did a full wrap-up of what I read for RibSat. So I will link that down below for you. If you want to check that out, it'll give you more of a what I thought and what each book is about. So the first book I read was Invaded by Melissa Landers, and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. This is the sequel to Alienated and the second book in the Alienated trilogy, I believe. I know the third book comes out sometime soon-ish, but yes, I really enjoyed this book, and again, I talked more about why I really enjoyed it in my RibSat wrap-up, so... Next, I read Starflight, also by Melissa Landers. This book is not related to the Alienated and Invaded series by her, but this one is a space adventure book that deals with space pirates and prisoners, or felons, more or less. And I loved this as well. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars as well, I believe. And again, I talked more about this in my wrap-up for the RibSat. And the final book I ended up reading for RibSat was Vengeance Road by Erin Bauman. This book was not what I expected, kind of. It is a young adult western, and I mean, I haven't read any, but it wasn't what I was expecting, more or less. I ended up giving this book a 3 out of 5 stars, I believe. But, yeah, it's still, it's a good read, but it just wasn't what I was expecting or wanted. So, yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. So, after RibSat ended, I picked up a book that I've been meaning to read since it came out in November, and that is Winter by Marissa Meyer. I'm not going to get into what this book is about, because spoilers for the whole series, but I did a full series review of the Lunar Chronicles, so I will link that down below as well. And yes, loved this book, loved the whole series, and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars, so yes. The next 2 books I read actually go together, and those are Blue Lily Lily Blue and The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. These are the 3rd and 4th and final book in the Raven Cycle Quartet, and I gave both of these 5 out of 5 stars. I loved them both so much, and I'm not going to get into them because, again, spoilers, but yes, I highly recommend this series as well, and this book came out in April, so I'm finally kind of on time for one of these books. I'm terrible at this, guys. So the next book I picked up was kind of actually just on a whim. I was going through my bookshelf and Scribd, which is what I use audiobooks for, and it was there, so I figured I might as well, and it was unlimited. Yeah. So I picked up Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This is the first book in his Red Rising trilogy, and I own the first book and the 3rd book, and the 2nd book, apparently. So I will be continuing on with this series. It was so good. I listened to most of this as an audiobook. I read some, and then I listened to some, but it was so, it sucks you in, kind of, and it's so action-packed, and there is that, hint of romance running through it, but, I mean, it's definitely an amazing novel. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It could have been 4. There were a couple of parts that I just kind of, didn't fully get immersed in, but, I mean, for a first book, I definitely will pick up the second book, and I will definitely be reading that probably in the next month. So yeah. I don't know where to put my books anymore. And the final 2 books I read are actually the second and third book of a trilogy, and that is Unhinged and Ensnared by A.G. Howard. These are books 2 and 3 in the Splintered trilogy, and I'm not going to say what these books are about, but again, I gave both of these, I believe I gave this one 4 stars and I gave this one 5 stars, or I gave both of them 5 stars. So Splintered, the first book, well, the whole trilogy, but Splintered, the first book, we find our main character, Alyssa. I read the whole thing and I don't remember the name. Alyssa, and she is the great granddaughter of Alice, who was the original Alice in Wonderland. So basically, this is a twist on Alice in Wonderland, where Alyssa goes in the rabbit hole, and she finds all the fun characters, except they're not actually what she thinks they are. It was so good, these 2 books. This one was amazing too, but I read these 2 this month. So they were so good, and I thoroughly enjoyed this whole trilogy. I know there is a companion book to this, so I might pick that up soon-ish. I might buy it and then read it in the next month or 2. But yes, really enjoyed these and highly recommend. So that is all I have for you for today. In the comments below, let me know what you read in May, and I have the couple of wrap-ups and reviews of stuff will be linked below if you want to check that out. And until next time, have a great day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you really soon. So yeah.